Okay, hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, so in this video, I wanted to talk about constant, named constant. Okay, all right. So I'm going to structure a program, and I'm going to use that program to basically explain what named constants are. All right. So assume that there is a concert going on, and there is a ticket fee for that concert, right? And the ticket fee is $2. Okay, $2 per person. So I'm just going to structure a program that's going to display how much one person is going to pay, how much two people are going to pay, and how much three people are going to pay. So I'm just going to use a system.out.println statement. Now, before I declare any variables, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to structure a program just using a system.out.println statement, and then I'll explain why how named constants work. So in the system.out.println statement, I'm going to first of all say that one person is going to pay, and then I'm going to concatenate it with the ticket price, which is $2, right? I'm going to concatenate it with a string and say dollars. And then I'm going to create a new line character and say that two people are going to pay, and then I'm going to concatenate it with the ticket price, which is 2.0, right? 2.00 times two people, right? Times 2. Now, this is a calculation. You can decide to surround it with parentheses, right? If it helps, right? You can surround them with parentheses. Now, let's continue. So, two people are going to pay this amount, $2 times two people, right? I'm going to concatenate it with a string, but I know I'm going to go off the line here, so I'm going to break it after the plus sign here by hitting enter, right? And then, well, let me just indent this properly. All right, so delete that. Okay, so two people are going to pay this amount. I'm going to concatenate it with a new line character \n and continue and say three people are going to pay. Sorry, my typing is not good. Are going to pay, and I'm going to now concatenate it with a ticket price $2, but times three people now. If I want, I can also surround this with parentheses, just so this calculation can take effect. And so let's see what this says. Compile this. Oops, sorry. Sometimes I keep on doing this and it doesn't work. All right, go away. All right, compile this. Oh, another one. Go away. Run this, and now it says one person is going to pay $2, two people are going to pay $4, and then three people are going to pay $6. Now, assuming that you had a program that basically was calculating how many, or basically how much, let's say 100 people. It starts from one person, how much one person is going to pay, how much two people are going to pay, all the way to how much 100 people are going to pay. What happens if, for example, the ticket fee changes? That means that I have to go through the program, change this, assuming the ticket fee changes to $3. I have to change this to 3, change this ticket price to 3, and then change this also to 3. Now that's a problem. Assuming I had basically lots of code here, and I'm basically calculating how much basically one person is going to pay, two people are going to pay, all the way to how much 100 people are going to pay. So that's a problem, right? Now you can define them in a variable, right? But then we can also define them in what's called named constants or constants. And constants because once the program starts running, the value cannot change. Okay, the value cannot change. And so I'm going to show you how to create a constant. It's very similar to how to create a variable. So normally when we are creating variables, we would do something like this. We'll say something like a double, and then we give it a name, ticket fee, okay, and then we initialize it to, let's say, well, I've changed it to $3 here, but let's set it back to $2, and then terminate it. And so this will work, but the only thing is this is a variable and its value can change when the program is executing. But a constant is basically some kind of variable. Well, we can't call it a variable because its value can't change when the program is executing. So a constant is some kind of structure that stores a value, okay, and that value cannot change when the program is executing. And the way you make something a variable, the way you make this a constant is by preceding it with the keyword final. Okay, so instead of you being just a double ticket fee, I'm going to put the keyword final in front of it to make this a constant. And then the difference between a constant and a variable is that with a variable, its value can be changed when the program is running. But a constant, its value cannot be changed. When you try to change it, you're going to get an error. It stays the same. And so for something like a ticket fee, you want to keep it the same, right? Unless you want to change it, in which case you will change it before even the program runs. But while the program is executing, you can change it. So over here, I set the ticket fee to $2, right? It's a constant. Now, constants also have a convention when you are basically declaring the names over here. Now, over here, this is camel case. We know that, but constants are normally named with uppercase. Okay, all uppercase. And if it's more than one word, you separate them with an underscore. So ticket fee will be something like this, just so we can know the difference between constant and variable. So we have this kind of convention to name them all uppercase. If it's more than one word, we separate them with an underscore. So final double, those are constants. We've named it correctly using the popular convention, and we've set $2. Now we don't have to hard code these values in ourselves. We don't have to go through the code and then change the values ourselves. We can just use the name of the constant we just declared. I'm going to copy the name of it and change the ticket price here, ticket fee, and then change this $3 also to the ticket fee. Now I'm going off the screen here, so I'm going to break the line somewhere around here. After this plus, hit enter, and then bring this line back up here, right? Because it can't fit there. So I'm going to just use a backspace to do that. Okay. And so ticket fee, I also need to change this to ticket fee here. All right, so we have the ticket fee here, we have the ticket fee here, and we have the ticket fee here. Now, if the ticket fee changes at any time, I can just come back here and change it in only one place instead of going through the code and changing it manually myself. So first of all, let's compile this and then run it. And we can see it's still working. One person is going to pay $2, 2 people $4, and 3 people $6. If the ticket fee changes to, let's say, $10, we just change it in one place, and it applies everywhere that the ticket fee. Sorry, I say ticket fee. The ticket fee is supposed to be used. Compile this, run it, and now it says one person is going to pay $10, 2 people $20, and 3 people $30. This is beneficial because now, like I said, like we just saw, if the ticket fee changes, we change it in only one place, and it affects everywhere in the program where the ticket fee is used. On top of that, this value cannot be changed while the program is executing. When we try to change it while the program is executing, we're going to get an error. And so that's the benefit of constants. Okay, you can change its value, and helps you to be able to, for example, in this case, keep things in one place and change them in one place. Also, its naming also helps other programmers know that this is a constant, right? And it helps with reading, right? Instead of just writing the value of the ticket fee here as in 10.0, it's better to use something like this, a good name like ticket fee, so they know exactly what it is. And if you want to create a constant, you precede it with a keyword final. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, please comments down below, and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time with the next video. All right then. Bye-bye.